Hello friends, welcome back. First of all, apologies for uploading this video after a very long time. I had some issue with my Mac machine. It got damaged. That's why to preparing a new machine and setting up everything on that machine took me a lot longer time than expected. So let's get back to our next topic is that Kafka producer and consumer uh, behavior using Java code. In previous example, we have seen that we have showcased the behavior of a Kafka producer and consumer using a terminal tool that Kafka binary provides. Now, in this example, we are going to take example of some Java code, how to publish a message on a Kafka broker and how to consume those messages using Kafka consumer. So before I jump into the code, I want to elaborate on use case. Let's say we have two microservices which are running microservice A and microservice B, and they have to talk to each other, right? Let's say microservice A is making a call to microservice B. So in this case, what needs to happen is that service A needs to know the URL where microservice B is working or it is deployed, and it needs to know the JSON contract, right? And once it make a call, it has to be reliable that service B is running. If service B is down, service A cannot make a call, right? So first of all, this was a problem, this service to service calling, right? So the service has to be running 24/7. To solve this problem, that Kafka came into the picture, right? Where two services, three services, five services, they can talk to each other asynchronously using a Kafka broker, where one of the service will publish the message on a Kafka broker, and oh, sorry, a typo here, should be consumer. Okay, and where service B can consume those messages as soon as they arrive on the uh, Kafka broker. In this example, right, if service, even though service B goes down, the service A has no tight coupling with that. So to solve this problem, right, Kafka messaging system is used for the service to service communication. So enough talk, let's go to the code, and I'll elaborate how this integration will work, right? I'll take example of first things where service A is making call to service B. So I've created two application, Spring Boot application. Uh, I will call it producer, Kafka producer code, which is my one of the microservices service, which is running on port 8080. Okay, and it has a couple of REST APIs. I will tell you what those APIs are doing, right? Then I have a Kafka consumer Spring Boot application, which is the consumer side. So in this example, if you see, I have taken example where service A will make a call to service B, right? And this is the URL where service A is running, invoice slash order. And once you call this service and pass the invoice message, right, just an object as a message, right, it will make a call to service B. And what service B is running? Service B is running on 8081. And while making a call, it will create a request body, and it in the request body it will pass the invoice. So let's take this example. So what I'll do, I'll go to the Postman, and I will publish this message, right? So what is the URL? Slash invoice slash order, and I'm passing the JSON. When I submit this message, right, it has called service B. So what happened? If you see the diagram, from the Postman, I made a call to service A. From the service A, it made a call to service B. So let's see what happened in the service B now. So what happened in service A? I've just made a call to service A, so from the Postman, and service A made a call to service B, and service B is running on the port 8081. This is the controller code. If you see, it is printing received request invoice dot get ID, and it is got printed here. Received request invoice for 1124. So let me change the contract ID. Let me pass, let's say 5. See the message now. 1125 got printed. So this is the way two services are talking to each other using HTTP client, where service A needs to know the URL, it needs to know the JSON contract, and most important, that service B has to be running. If service B is down, this communication cannot be done. To solve this problem, Kafka came into the picture right there. It is being used for the it is used for the communication between microservices. So in this example, I have created Kafka producer code. What is doing? First, I've taken an example of simple string message where I'm going to publish a simple message on a Kafka broker on topic sample. I have created two topics in this example, guys. One is for simple string message and another for JSON. Okay, just keep a name. Sample is for the simple string messages and travel invoice for JSON object. Okay. So in this example, from the postman, we are going to make a call to service A. Service A is going to put a message on a topic named sample, and it is going to pass a message. And once we put a message on a topic in the consumer side, right, we have Kafka consumer code running as a service, as a service bean, and it has a listener running as a separate thread, and it is listening to this topic sample. As soon as any message arrives to this topic, this Kafka listener will listen and it will pass this message to this consumer, and consumer is going to print here in our example. So let's run this program now for now. Okay. So I go to, yeah, what I'm doing here, I'm putting a message invoice slash publish slash message, right? So this is my invoice slash publish slash message, invoice slash publish slash message. This is my Kafka tutorial video. Okay, let me submit this. As soon as I made a submit, postman made a call to service A. Now service A has used the Kafka template to send a message to a topic sample, and this is the message. Okay, let's go to the consumer side. In the consumer, I'm going to print message received. So what is the message received? This is a Kafka tutorial video. So in this example, I have used a simple string message. Let's take example of a JSON where a service A needs to pass invoice as a JSON, which was our original example, right? Where service A is passing a invoice JSON. Code remains the same. Only thing is that in the template, it has to use new topic, that is a travel invoice, and it has to pass a JSON. Once it is passed to a Kafka cluster, a Kafka broker, consumer code will have a listener which will listen to this topic, the same topic, travel invoice, and it has provided group ID. Group ID we can give any name, and it is listening to this topic on a Kafka cluster. As soon as message arrived, it is going to print this ID. So let's run this program. What I'm doing, invoice slash publish, I'm passing the JSON, invoice JSON. When I submitted it, what happened? It published that message on a Kafka cluster, a Kafka broker, and it is received by a consumer. If you see here, it is printed message received 1124. So this is the way a communication between two services can be done. One example where you can make HTTP call from service A to service B. Another is example using a Kafka messaging system, which will be asynchronous, where there will be no tight coupling between two services. Even a service B is down, at least the communication between two services, three services, or multiple services can be done. So this about the this session, guys. Thanks for watching this video. In the description, I have put the source code for these two examples. You can refer to the GitHub repository, and please share your review in comments. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching this video.